Welcome to the Seed Oil Detox Revolution Masterclass. This is how to reclaim your body in just 60 days. So, I'm Monica, and I'm a mom of four littles in the Bay Area of California. And I want to address the health crisis that's being caused by seed oils and empower anyone that's hearing my voice to reclaim your future and not fall victim to the things that are happening in America today. So, I want to share a quote. People do not decide their futures. They decide their habits, and their habits decide their futures. And why does this matter? So, I have personally seen at least four friends or family members get hit with stage four something, and they get some awful disease suddenly, and even at various ages. Doesn't have to be just old folks. So, in their 20s, 30s, 50s, and 70s. And so there is a real crisis in America right now. You've probably witnessed over 88 million Americans have prediabetes, and that is approximately one-fourth of the population. 45% of Americans aged 20 to 39 rely on fast food daily, and they are unaware of its long-term effects. And so you can even see it in the faces of people. So everyone in America seems to have a puffy face and a puffy body, and even the back of their hands are puffy. And so we aren't supposed to have fat in this area. So when you have puffiness here, it is a very bad symptom of something going on in the body. And so my research has uncovered that the issue that is behind all of this and so many other things is the consumption of vegetable/seed oils. And so this is a root cause issue. They're a key driver of modern health problems. And so the goal for us together is to fix this now and begin reversing the damage and speeding up the healing. So we get immediate benefits. You're going to learn actionable steps today to lose the first 10 pounds of seed oil flab on your body. So I hope that is exciting. And just so you know, this is not intended to diagnose or treat anybody. This is not health advice, but this is some things that I've pulled from top research, top literature, and different courses. And so I wanted to bring this together here to make a big difference for as many people as possible. So let me just share my screen. I've got a little presentation. So this is the Seed Oil Detox Revolution Masterclass. And just a little bit about my story. So I'm a mom of four littles in Livermore, California. I am 44. And my health journey, I reversed rheumatoid arthritis, thyroid disease, skin cancer, and panic attacks naturally. I am a platinum wellness advocate and US founder 2.0 with doTERRA. And I came from witnessing my father's 30-year battle with diabetes. And this was all compounded by the fact that he was taking multiple medications and they were interacting with each other. And this was causing him to decline faster and faster. And he was having multiple ER visits, drug interactions. Towards the end, he had Alzheimer's. Towards the end, he was having to get injections into his eyeballs for cataracts. So that really was an impactful thing for me to witness. And so I am so motivated to break the cycle of slow, medicated decline that Americans are going through right now. So anyone can lead a vibrant, energetic life. And I'm here to help women specifically unpoison their bodies so that their health, menopause, aging, all of that is not just easy, but it's a time of renewal and resurgence into a rockin' experience. How does that sound? So, my vision for my life and longevity, I want to stay vibrant, active, silly, over the top, weird. I want to do some traveling. I want to do some hot rodding, maybe get a speeding ticket. I want to go swimming, climbing. I want to go spending my kids' inheritance on crazy hobbies, new experiences, and spend that time laughing with my friends, causing trouble, drinking nice wine, speaking my mind, spoiling dozens of grandkids. I want to teach the grandkids how to toilet paper the houses of our enemies. If you want to enjoy hobbies, family fun, well into your golden years, then listen up, and I want to share something very powerful. And my philosophy is that we all have an innate ability to heal. Once we remove the interference in the our body can restore itself with speed and divine perfection. Think about this. Many diseases begin long before the diagnosis. So, heart disease starts 20 to 40 years prior, cancer 15 to 20, and Alzheimer's 30 to 50 years prior. And so, even before these diagnoses hit, it is the time to fight back and not go down that route. And so the reality of modern healthcare is we have a lot of symptoms, right? We have unexplained weight gain, poor sleep, hormone problems, and low energy. And it leads to a lot of frustration. And I face this as well in the doctor's office. You get kind of generic advice that's like, oh, you need diet and exercise. And nobody knows what that means. And that really fails to address the root causes. And we get a lot of misleading, empty recommendations like eat the rainbow, right? And that just ignores the real problem. So here's slightly embarrassing picture of me before and after I implemented some of these changes. And I am not a special bodybuilder or anything. I have just learned more about how to support the body. A lot of folks feel like maybe they have hypoglycemia. So listen to these symptoms. So brain fog, fatigue, anxiety, shaking, nausea, sweats, weakness, irritability, dizziness, headache, and heart palpitations. Okay, but it's usually not actually hypoglycemia. These are the top symptoms to identify insulin resistance. And you'll also notice a lot of them sound a lot like menopause symptoms. So it's very confusing, right, to have all these symptoms hitting at the same time. And I want to let you know that for anyone whose waist circumference, take a tape measure around your waist, if it is over 35 inches, you are positive for insulin resistance. It is the time to start right now. 35 is not that big in my mind. So, today's masterclass, we want to take back your health. We're going to identify and remove seed oils from the diet, replace them with healthy fats. We're going to chat about fasting for cellular repair and lifestyle changes for detox that can speed up your recovery time. And I know we have two number fours, so this is all your path to transformation. Feel free to take screenshots and save those to a photo album in your phone. This is a handy way that I save things I want to go back to. And so you can name it Seed Oil Detox, because this is a new journey for life that is going to reverse everything that's going on. Today's goal is to identify the root cause for health challenges and provide actionable strategies to address them. And we're going to learn how to identify the seed oils, avoid them, and purge them very quickly. And if you're working on special health goals, some kind of scary thing that's happening, I have an expedited detox course I'll share at the end if that's okay. But this masterclass is packed with everything you need to reverse direction right now. And I want to let you know that you have the power to break free from unhealthy habits and build a future of vitality and wellness for you and your kids. Knowledge is power, right? So I want to share some knowledge. And let me ask, do you have any fears about eating saturated animal fats? It is critical to change that belief and embrace that animal fats are the healing, nourishing, heart strengthening food that they were designed to be. So let me share how we got here in America. I love this slide. We have the cholesterol myth, how fear, a big industry, and misdirection shaped the modern health crisis. The early days in America, so we're talking pre-1940s, the American Heart Association became very powerful. They used to be a small cardiology group with limited influence. And then in 1948, Procter & Gamble, makers of Crisco, hydrogenated vegetable oil, donated 1.7 million to the AHA. And that gave it national prominence. So in today's dollars, that is a lot of money. So Procter & Gamble's goal was to promote Crisco and other hydrogenated oils as heart-healthy alternative to saturated fats like butter and lard. And the result was they became the authority over heart disease, setting the stage for decades of dietary advice favoring industrial oils. So then enter Edward Bernays, called the genius of public manipulation. So in the 20s through the 50s, he was called the father of public relations, and he used psychology and clever campaigns to influence public opinion. And for example, he promoted bacon as a part of a heart healthy breakfast. And he used a survey of doctors to convince Americans it was healthier than a light meal. He also famously called cigarettes torches of freedom to market them to women. This campaign was orchestrated in 1929 as a part of a strategy to break the taboo against women smoking in public, which was considered socially unacceptable at the time. Then enter Ansel Keys and the lipid hypothesis. So in the 1950s, Ansel Keys, an American physiologist, developed the lipid hypothesis, claiming that saturated fats raise cholesterol, leading to heart disease. He came up with this sort of image that I think a lot of us still have, that saturated fat in our arteries is like having hot grease in a cold pipe. And he utilized this now infamous 7 country study. So he cherry picked data from 7 countries out of 20 to show a correlation between saturated fat intake and heart disease. And he ignored data from countries like France and Germany with high fat diets but low heart disease. And so the result was this hypothesis became a dominant narrative despite its flaws, and his fame and influence grew because of his claims. Next, the tobacco industry's role in shifting the blame. So they came in with even more misdirection, and smoking, even by the 1940s, was strongly linked to heart disease. And the tobacco industry funded research to deflect blame from smoking and amplify the cholesterol hypothesis. So, smoking actually increases oxidative stress and damages blood vessels, and it creates oxidized LDL, which promotes arterial plaque and heart disease. And we'll learn more about oxidation in a few minutes. But that oxidized LDL is lumped in with all cholesterol to this day, confusing people. So then we entered the low fat era, the 1980s. We had powerful lobbyists that got the US dietary guidelines to officially recommend reducing saturated fat and cholesterol, promoting low fat, high carb diets. So, does anyone remember coloring pictures of food pyramids in school? I do. Food manufacturers replaced fat with sugar and refined carbohydrates to make low fat products palatable. Anyone remember SnackWells, right? We're supposed to eat those and be healthy forever. So the consequence from 1971 to 2010, Americans ate more carbohydrates and less fat. Obesity rates skyrocketed from 13% in the 1960s to 42% today. Type 2 diabetes quadrupled and now affects over 37 million Americans. Things have even worsened more since 2020 with the removal of trans fats. Now, food manufacturers are utilizing fats even more prone to oxidation. And so now we have a legacy of fear and misdirection in America. The real drivers of heart disease are smoking, seed oils, sugar, refined carbohydrates, because they all create oxidative stress and inflammation. Yet these were ignored in favor of blaming dietary fat. Heart disease remains the #1 cause of death in the US, and it kills over 697,000 Americans annually. Obesity, diabetes, and metabolic syndrome have become epidemics. So the takeaway here is the fear of saturated fat and cholesterol was a distraction that allowed industries to profit while public health suffered. And so when we address the true root causes, oxidative stress, inflammation, and poor quality processed foods, we can reverse decades of damage and reclaim our health. So now we're in a seed oil crisis. What is really happening to our bodies? What are seed oils and vegetable oils? So they're actually industrial oils such as canola, soybean, sunflower, safflower, and cottonseed. And they're often labeled as vegetable oils, although they don't come from vegetables and they may not contain seeds. So canola actually comes from a rapeseed which I've never heard of. I thought canola came from corn, but it does not. So these are not coming from foods, and they are poisonous. So they are created in refineries through a 20 to 40 step chemical process involving poisonous solvents like hexane. They are deodorized and bleached. And let me ask you this. So when these oils were first introduced, nobody wanted to eat them because they smelled different. Nobody liked that. And so they developed deodorizing techniques. So, what sort of food would you want to eat if you knew that it was deodorized? Right? Imagine going to the sushi restaurant and they're like, hey, your sushi will be right out. It's just getting out of the deodorizer. You would be out of there. And so it's beyond just bad smells. Okay, so why are seed oils dangerous? So let me try to break down the science because these terms get interchanged a little bit. So, seed oils, those industrial processed oils, are high in PUFAs, polyunsaturated fatty acids. And those are mostly omega 6 fatty acids. And the issue with those is that omega 6 fatty acids are they are considered essential fatty acids because the body cannot produce them and we do need them. But while they're necessary in small amounts, excessive consumption can disrupt the body's omega 6 to omega 3 ratio, leading to a lot of health issues. And these oils have multiple oxygen bonds that are prone to oxidation. This throws off oxygen molecules, and that degrades the polyunsaturated fatty acid, degrades it into toxic compounds. So it's inside of our cells becoming toxic, oxidizing, and that sets off chain reactions at billions of reactions per second. So, to understand oxidation, I have a little analogy. So, think of an oxidizing molecule as a 4th of July sparkler throwing off sparks. Okay, this is the oxidized oxygen molecules flying around. And when each spark ignites a neighboring molecule, it begins to throw off sparks as well. It's a chain reaction. But saturated fats act like that bucket of water to douse the sparks. The more of those we have in place, the less these chain reactions can go out of control, causing inflammation. Inflammation caused by oxidation leads to tissue damage, insulin resistance, diabetes, obesity, and even menopausal symptoms like hot flashes and fatigue. Research has shown that oxidative stress drives insulin resistance. And research shows that seed oils promote insulin resistance more effectively than fructose. And that is the most fattening sugar in modern diets. So, despite a 20% drop in sugar consumption from 1996 to 2016, obesity has doubled, largely due to seed oils. Another component is toxic aldehydes that happen when we cook with these seed oils. So, when the oils are heated, the seed oils produce toxic aldehydes that damage DNA, proteins, and cell membranes. And when we reuse a frying oil in fast food, for example, that amplifies the toxicity and it changes those molecular bonds even worse. So, one example, this is quite stunning. In a 5-ounce serving of French fries that's cooked in seed oil, that can contain as many toxic aldehydes as smoking 25 cigarettes. A 5-ounce serving of French fries contains about 25 French fries. That is a 1-to-1 ratio. Each fry that we eat contains the toxic aldehydes of 1 cigarette. Stunning, okay? Omega 6 and omega 3 imbalance ensues when we eat a lot of these oils. And historically, humans consumed omega 6 to omega 3s in about a ratio of 1-to-1 in whole natural foods. And today, this ratio is closer to 20-to-1, sometimes as high as 70-to-1, or even 120-to-1. Processed omega 6 cause inflammation, while omega 3 is anti inflammatory and essential for brain health. It improves cognitive function, emotional regulation, even moral reasoning in studies. It is key for heart health, reducing the risk of coronary heart disease, and it's key for cell health. It protects your membranes from oxidative stress. So imagine that inside of our tissues, we have these building blocks that are omega-3 and omega-6. Inside of the cell, it's utilizing those oils. Inside of the organelles, like mitochondria, it is utilizing 3s and 6s. And so when they're in there oxidizing, we are just oxidizing from the inside out at the cell level. I want to even share that omega-3s have been linked to improved empathy and reduced impulsivity. And a study showed that significant reduction in antisocial behavior in children who supplemented with omega-3 oil. Our body prefers omega-3s, but it will utilize 6s when there's no other choice. And this creates that inflammatory environment. So the omega-3 solution, experts recommend at least 1,000 to 5,000 milligrams of EPA and DHA daily. Safest source of those is from fish oil. And the average American only gets about 90 milligrams. So to meet that 1,000 milligram requirement, you could eat up to 4 cans of tuna every day. You could have 10 eggs, 4 cups of walnuts, 4 pounds of beef, or 15 cups of broccoli. All of those are pretty impractical, so that's why supplementation is essential. I want to recommend the doTERRA E-Omega fish oil blend that is special. It's proprietary. You cannot find anything like this in the world. This is the cleanest, most effective fish oil, enhanced with wild orange essential oil to preserve natural potency. These are non-fishy. You could chew up the capsule if you want to. It tastes like an orange gummy bear. If you ever do encounter a fishy fish oil, that means it is rancid and it is harmful and oxidized. This one doesn't require refrigeration. And the fish is sourced from the Norwegian coast for its special high potency fish oil. And you really want a fish oil that is traceable, right? They tell you where their fish comes from. It's not coming from Chinese brokers or something fishy. So this one is a clean, fresh taste. It is not oxidized because of that wild orange essential oil inside of each capsule. And it is better absorbed because of the wild orange. If you're new to essential oils, they are tiny, fat-soluble molecules. They are chemical messengers to the cell. They work directly with our body, and they're able to move through the oily cell membrane of our cells very easily. For this reason, they are a miracle breakthrough for delivering benefits of fat-soluble nutrients. We even have some clinical outcomes. This is from a recent conference I went to, and they are showing clinical outcomes where diastolic blood pressure went down 6 points. Now, they glossed over this, but a doctor friend was blown away by that. So diastolic blood pressure is the one that really indicates your heart health. You cannot change that easily. Even medications will not bring it down 6 points. This is huge for showing the benefits of the wild orange with the fish oil. And they also demonstrated a resting heart rate that is down 4 beats per minute, which adds up to 2 million less beats per year. That is very heart protective. Some more key findings. They found that by adding the wild orange essential oil, it was responsible for a 30,000% increase in epigenetic impact. This indicates how, our genetics load the gun. Your lifestyle pulls the trigger and it activates the epigenetic aspects. When we can take a proper supplement like this and shut off those negative epigenetic triggers, then many bad things don't unfold for us. It's funny, AI says not to make this presentation salesy by naming a brand, but you have an insider expert here telling you that these are the best in the world and no others come close to this because of the inclusion of those doTERRA essential oils. So If you're working with a doTERRA rep, have them set you up with the omegas and ask about the detox blend and the minerals too. They all work together and they're powerful. And if you aren't working with anyone, I can help. I will get you 25% off anything you order for life, plus an extra 30% back in product credits, plus some freebies. You don't have to order monthly or do a business. And going through a rep gets you the lowest cost available and personal guidance. There's a lot of fake doTERRA items from China on Amazon, so you want to order through the factory via a rep. And one last thing, a shocking statistic. So toxic omega-6 polyunsaturated fatty acids have a 4-year half-life. So that means in 4 years of not continuing to eat any more of them, you will only have half those oils in your tissues. So then in another 4 years, you'll have half of that, right? So at 8 years, you'll still have 25% of those oils if you just continue to eat properly. So I've got the secret sauce to decrease that detox time down closer to 1 year. This is incredible. So we have powerful steps to take back your health. We want to identify and remove seed oils, right? So canola, soybean, rapeseed, cottonseed, vegetable oil. And some common sources are salad dressings, baked goods, definitely fried foods, and even healthy snacks a lot of times. So our action steps, we want to check ingredient labels and make a list of replacements. You want to make your own dressings and marinades. So I even got this bottle on Amazon, and you can shake up your own Italian dressing, Greek dressing. All kinds of yummy recipes are on the side of this. I'll link to that for anyone who wants to find it. But it is super easy to make your own stuff from the seasoning packet, and you can use olive oil or avocado oil and apple cider vinegar or rice wine vinegar. Shake that up. It's an upgrade from whatever you're buying in the store anyway. I love it. And I go into a lot of detail about that in my 8-week course. So when we replace our oils, we want to use healthy fats like butter, ghee, tallow, lard, coconut oil, or olive oil. So we want to also get better about navigating restaurants. We can ask what oils are being used in the kitchen, and we could choose grilled, baked, or steamed options. And just note, seed oils may still be used in marinades or on the grill. But it's still a massive reduction, and the kitchen will let you know. Avoid those fried foods and utilize the Seed Oil Scout app. You could download this app, and it is growing like crazy because it gives you all the restaurants in your area and the lowdown on what oils are in the kitchen. The Seed Oil app will show you even better restaurants. I've tried a handful of really great places now using that. So I also want to chat about a powerful tool to multiply that cell turnover and clean out, and it is fasting. This is fasting for cellular repair. And the benefits of fasting, we eliminate toxic seed oils through autophagy, which is cell recycling. That clears out old cells that are past their retirement age or they're malfunctioning, and the body recycles the components and gets rid of them. And this has the added benefits of clearing out skin tags, dark spots, unstable molecules, plaques, scar tissue, ectopic fat around your organs, and again, those old cells. So if we look at the timeline here, at 8 hours, we switch to fat burning mode, ketosis. And a lot of people do this overnight. You wake up in ketosis, and that is a very natural, healthful state to be in, where your brain is getting fuel from ketones instead of from sugar. At 17 hours, damaged cells start to be recycled. That autophagy kicks in. It's everything because we have a demand-based system. So if we have these old cells hanging around, we're not going to replace them and make new ones. So we want autophagy to kick out the bad ones, and then we can make the new ones with our good omega-3s. And at 24 hours, we get a gut microbiome reset. So that shifts us away from sugar cravings and other unhealthy desires. At 36 hours, we burn belly fat and glucose stores. 72 hours, we get a full immune system reboot. And it's such an amazing system. And I'll give you the thing that made a 36-hour fast. Super easy for me. Do not be scared of these. So what you want to do is say, okay, tomorrow I'm not eating. So then let's say all of Monday, you don't eat anything, you go to bed on that empty stomach. So you've got a full day with 2 sleeps. And so that gets us up to that 36 hours without a lot of struggle. A lot of people will go dinner to dinner. And so really, you've only fasted half of 2 days, right? It's that full entire day of not eating that gets you way ahead. And then from there, once you feel that it wasn't that hard, it's really not that bad. And what we have, I'll go into this a little more, but I have a whole week about fasting in my course. Once we realize that hunger feelings, those are temporary. They usually just last 5 minutes. And then if you keep yourself busy or maybe have a sip of water, or even there's little ways to bend your fast. You can have a handful of olives or a piece of cheese or something that doesn't spike your insulin. Then you can continue with that fast and keep getting those benefits. So I've got tons of tips and tricks on that. We can make fasting such a powerful tool in your tool chest. People look incredibly different after a day or two of fasting. Puffiness goes down, inflammation. You feel great, mental sharpness, even your vision will improve, and so many things get better. I haven't eaten in a day and a half because I wanted to record this, not like a spaz. So fasting is such a powerful tool. And you know that if you were going to go into a wedding and you want to look trim and nice, you can pull out your fasting and you can book it around things you want to eat for, right? Your birthday, Christmas. Okay, we're not going to fast on those days, probably. So I would love to guide you all through that, how I do it. It's my favorite thing ever, and I love the feel of it. And it really even made me realize that I think eating and food, are they a scam? I don't know, because fasting is so healing. So, but it will start out slower and starting even with like intermittent fasting. So just pushing back your breakfast time an hour each day until it's lunch, right? That's easy, and stick with that for a little while. And there's different tools to make it very comfortable and easy. I love fasting. So another way to do that is one meal a day. OMAD, right? A great way to get that 17-hour eating gap is to just only have lunch. I feel like 2 p.m. is about the perfect time because of a lot of factors that kick in. But another thing to look at is eating windows. Okay, so you want to have periods between meals where you're not snacking. There's no such thing as a healthy snack. Okay, we want to condense our eating windows down to just be starting with 3 meals a day. If you can only do 3 meals a day with no cheating and snacks in between, then you're already starting to retrain your metabolism and get benefits. And I know people say, oh, I love my snacks. Well, maybe one meal can just be a handful of favorite snacks, but we don't want to have this grazing attitude in the kitchen all day or bringing snacks in the purse, all that stuff. It's not helping us. And then another key thing that I'll go over in the course is meal architecture. So did you know that if you start your meal with a carb instead of a protein, then you can triple your insulin response. And insulin is what switches off ketosis, starts telling our cells to pack on the fat. Insulin is really what we're going to be tracking carefully. And we don't need a glucose monitor or anything. That's actually not the best way. So in my course, I'll guide you through a 1, a 3, and a 5-day fast. And we will come up with detailed schedules for your weekly, monthly, and quarterly fasts. And we will reduce that detox half-life of those seed oils from 4 years to 1 year. And it will make it comfortably. And you'll learn how to refeed effectively to maximize that detox and gut healing. Also, some of the lifestyle changes for detox, we're going to learn how to incorporate exercise that improves insulin sensitivity and speeds up fat utilization. And sauna helps sweat out stored toxins. So when we break down those cells, we're gonna process those out. Sunlight, key for balancing hormones and boost your vitamin D production. That's going to help your sleep. Our action step, okay, we want to add a 20-minute daily walk in sunlight or visit a sauna weekly or do both of those ideally. So the key takeaway, you don't have to stay stuck in poor health. We're going to eliminate seed oils, balance our fats, and make small but powerful lifestyle changes. And the outcome is you're going to transform your health and the health of future generations. So I want to invite everyone to join that 8-week program that will change your life forever. Are you ready to wake up every day with vibrant energy, mental focus, experience effortless weight loss that feels natural and sustainable? You're going to regain hormonal balance, confidence, and peace in your body. If so, this life-changing program was designed specifically for you. Here's why you can't wait. You might struggle with debilitating fatigue. You might feel trapped and frustrated by weight gain. Maybe you have mood swings that harm your relationships and self esteem, and maybe you chalked it up to menopause or some other issue. But with this program, you're going to detox your body from harmful toxins like seed oils that disrupt your entire system. You're going to reclaim that vitality, joy, and confidence. Maybe we can go toilet papering together. And you can build a foundation for generational health, not disease. What makes this program different? So this isn't a quick fix or one size fits all tip sheet. This is a proven system that is tailored to help you identify and eliminate toxins that are overloading your body. We're going to use guided detox techniques to restore your liver, kidneys, and colon. We're going to balance your hormones with anti-inflammatory superfoods. We're going to support your transformation with structured fasting, meal timing, and stress management. We're going to accelerate healing with personalized strategies like sauna therapy, sunlight, and movement. You'll have all the tools, knowledge, and support to make lifelong changes, and you'll see results in just weeks. So what's included with the course? My 8 masterclass series will teach you everything about seed oils, healthy fats, detoxing, fasting, and more. You'll have action plans to shorten the half-life of harmful toxins in your body from 4 years to just 1 year. And you'll get the meal architecture guides to optimize insulin, speed healing, and improve weight management, and personalized support to help keep you accountable and motivated every step of the way. We're going to do this together. You're going to get quick start resources, a fasting prep guide, cheat sheets, and more. And that's all going to get saved right into your new album that you made called Seed Oil Detox. Okay. So for anyone who's ready to start that real transformation right now, I have a limited time offer. So this is a $797 program. It is being offered at a special beta price of $397 for the first 10 people. And as a beta member, you'll get exclusive access to live coaching calls. You'll receive personalized guidance for your unique health goals. And I need your help to shape the program. So I would love to invite those folks to give feedback and testimonials in exchange for that price. And so to put this in perspective, 1 hour with my functional medicine doctor in Pleasanton is $750. And all she does is tell me to get more vitamin D and to eat carnivore. Okay. And I do love carnivore, but this is so much more. I'm gleaning so much information from some pretty high-end courses and great books and science, and you'll get the benefit of all that. So, and if you complete all the modules and you don't improve your stats, I'll give you a full refund too. And if you refer a friend, you get $100 from me. So I want to make this doable for anybody. And the clock is ticking on this. We're going to begin the course in 2 weeks with our weekly calls together. I'm so excited. The clock is ticking on this. So your health cannot wait. Every day that you delay, harmful toxins are bioaccumulating in your body, making that transformation even harder. And this is your chance to reclaim your health, not just for yourself, but for your family, your relationships, and your future generations. So imagine your future self. You're going to be waking up energized, confident, excited for the day, loving the way you feel in your own skin. You get to go shopping for cute, smaller things. It's so fun. And people treat you better when you look better. It is sad, but true. There was a time when I couldn't shop at Victoria's Secret. I didn't want to go in Forever 21. And now I enjoy all that stuff again. You're going to be free of the chains of fatigue, weight struggles, and hormonal chaos. You're going to be living a long, vibrant life full of health and happiness. So act right now, friends. And there's only 10 spots available for the beta group. So once they're gone, they're gone. Come join the 8-week course with us right now. Your brighter, healthier future is just one decision away. Don't let this opportunity pass by. You deserve this transformation.